So
yep, I'll get that. Convener, that's the meeting started recording. So in the meeting we have Councillor Eddie Devine, Councillor Audrey Doig, Councillor Lisa Marie Hughes, Councillor Cathy McEwen, Councillor Andy Steele, Councillor Jane Strang, and yourself, Councillor John McNaughton.
Okay, thank you. And apologies?
I have received apologies from Councillor Alistair Mackay and Councillor Kevin Montgomery.
Okay, thank you. Any declarations of interest? Don't see any. So we'll just proceed on to item 1. Mr. Rashid. Is he in the lobby?
He is, yes.
Could you show Mr. Rashid in, please?
Certainly. Oh. Can I just check, is that Mr. Rashid?
No, that's Mr. Sahil Malakrai.
Okay, I don't think you're in the meeting until later this morning, are you?
I think it was 10 o'clock.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my papers. Your citation letter is for 10:25, so you've not to join the meeting until 10:25.
Will I call back then, yeah?
Yes, if you call back at 10:25.
Will I call back to 10:20 or 10:25 exactly?
10:25 exactly would be great.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, Chair. Thank you very much.
I think that's Mr. Rashid in the lobby now. Elaine.
I think so. They just come in as anonymous.
His number's up.
Right.
It's in 510.
Okay, that's him coming in now.
Morning, Mr. Rashid. Can you just confirm you can hear us?
Sorry, say it again. Sorry.
Can you just confirm that you can hear us?
I can hear it. Thank you.
Right. Douglas, do you want to introduce this item?
Okay. Douglas.
Yes, thank you, Convener. Mr. Rashid's application is for variation of his private hire car licence. He's a private hire operator, Convener, and in terms of policy, he is allowed to operate his vehicle for 7 years from the anniversary of its first registration. He's seeking to run it for longer than that, Convener. So obviously it's a matter if there are no objections to such application, it's a matter for you to invite Mr. Rashid to address the board.
Okay, Mr. Rashid, carry on.
Hi. See, the thing is, like the last 5-6 months from us, I didn't do any taxi because I got two kids. They're too so just scared because I'm the only owner from my family, earning money from the family, So because they are too that's why I didn't. Still, I'm paying my business insurance, everything, And if I think, I know even I didn't get any government grant, the self grant or something. I didn't get anything. I'm still doing a part-time job. That's why I'm surviving. So it's up to you guys. I'm just if you can extension me only this Christmas or up to January or February, I can get some money and buy a new car again,
Okay, thanks, Mr. Rashid. Can I ask, just before I open to members for questions, and when did you last get your vehicle tested at the council test facility?
It's a long time ago, but I done my MOT last September.
Right. Okay, I'll just throw it open there for any questions for Mr. Rashid. I think it's are members happy to move to a decision on this one? I think we've covered the kind of principles of these issues and previously. Councillor Doig.
Just to ensure that, like the previous cases we've dealt with this, that the vehicle goes for a council check over, and that this is done every 3 months up until the date of the extension finishes, convener.
Yes, I think that would be that certainly has been our approach to date and quite sensible. Any other contributions from members? In the circumstances and given our previous discussions on this type of case, I would move that we grant this extension for the 6-month period that's requested, subject to that condition that a 3-monthly check is made at council's garage. Is that agreed?
Agreed.
Okay, thank you. Douglas?
Thanks, convener. Mr. Argosy, just to confirm, the board has granted your variation application to allow you another 6 months from today's date in respect of running this vehicle. So basically, the vehicle will be allowed to run effectively another 6 months from today's date. However, it will be subject to 3-monthly tests rather than the 6-monthly tests that apply currently. So as you know, you're due to that test done in April and 1st April, 1st October at the moment. So effectively, you also have to have tests done in the first by the 1st of January and the 1st of July. This is how that would work, Mr. Rashid. So that's specific to your vehicle, MF 60TRZA.
Okay, Mr. Rashid, do you understand all of that?
I can hear it properly, but I can hear you properly. So
right. Well, I'll just summarise it. You have been granted a 6-month extension. Officers will write out to you and give the details, but it is subject to a 3-monthly check at the council's garage for the test.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Mr. Rashid. You can.
Thank you. So you send me all the details, everything. How do I book the inspection or everything?
The officers will be in touch with you and just tell you what you need to do.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mr. Rashid.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Moving on to item 2A. Douglas, can you introduce this?
Thank you, convener. In relation to item 2A, it's an application for Morrison's Supermarkets in Acre Street, Johnston. This is to vary a licence which expires due to be renewed, by the 19th of January 2021. I should say, convener, this one's kind of come to board slightly quicker than might have been anticipated. There had been correspondence that the application being made specifically to try and allow the business some trading hours. In fact, I should say it's specific, convener, to the Christmas period, 18th to 23rd of December. We normally ask people to put up a site notice. The matter has been kind of brought to board because of the dates requested at this time. So we haven't actually had confirmation from Morrison's that notice was displayed. I should say, though, it would be open to people to normally apply for an exemption from the need for late hours catering licences, and we would have to consult the police in those matters. So I'm happy to take any questions the board has. There is in members' packs, convener, just after page 13 before page 14, an additional page from Morrison's explaining why they're looking for the additional dates just for the period 18th to 23rd of December.
Okay, and any questions for Douglas on this one?
No.
Seems fairly straightforward. I don't see any reason to refuse. Can we agree the late hours variation on this one?
Agreed.
And second one is similar. 2B, this is for the Anchor Mill premises. Is there anything you want to add on this one, Douglas, or is it just the same?
It's the same circumstances. They're looking for the variation for a short period, convener, to allow them to effectively trade for the reasons we've set out again in the paperwork. And again, we haven't had a confirmation from them yet that they've had a site notice, but it depends, I suppose, if members are comfortable to agree the matter.
Okay. Any questions for Douglas on this one? Seems fairly straightforward. Can we agree the variation on this liquor licence?
Agreed.
Thank you. That's agreed. And we'll move straight on to item 3, travelling fun fairs. Douglas?
Thank you, convener. Yes, the report seeking approval of a consultation response in relation to the travelling fun fairs licence in Scotland bill, which is currently at stage 1 before the Scottish Parliament. Effectively, a call for views has been sought on the bill that's been introduced as a members' bill by Mr. Lyle, MSP. I don't know as much to say to the report, which is fairly self-explanatory. Paragraph 3.5 of the report indicates that officers have considered the terms of the bill and have set out a consultation response in proposed form at Appendix 1 to the report. The consultation closes on the 7th of December, convener, so if it's agreed by board members today, then we would submit that within the time limit. Members may remember there was a previous report back in February 2018 where the board already agreed a consultation response when this was a proposal for a bill, but we didn't actually know what the terms of it were. So this is a more detailed consultation response. It runs to some 7+ pages, convener, so I don't propose to go into it, which members I think will find self-explanatory, but I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, thanks, Douglas. Any questions for Douglas on this report?
John?
Yep.
Can I just congratulate Douglas on his report? And I'm sure if I've all read it, we'll probably pick out much the same as I've got. It's an answer 1, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a fourth paragraph down, and he's picked out. We do not anticipate that lessened scrutiny of these applications will meet the expectations of local communities. Correct. It's time Holyrood started listening to the local councils, and again in page 10, the one that annoys me is, concerns me is the council must decide an application within 21 days, otherwise it will be granted by default. That's just ludicrous considering what local councils have got to deal with, particularly just now. And again on page 11, if I could take you to B on that, and it's halfway down the answer B. We do not understand why local authorities whose councillors know best their own areas and constituents should not in particular be able to rally on a ground similar to that set out in section 5.3c of that paragraph. Basically we should be left, when I say we, local councils know best where these places go, and they know best what the people or the local people are after, which is basically they want a say. We've had plenty of complaints, if you remember right, about citing Ferris wheels and such beside the cenotaph, and I noticed that it does mention cenotaphs elsewhere. And if I could just take you to page 14, answer 5E. I don't know where these MSPs come from, but basically it says here, answer 6, we have no comment to make in this regard other than to repeat that local residents should not be excluded from the licensing process. This is what local councils are about. It's about asking people. We might not always agree with what you hear, but at least if people are asked and they've got their say, you know, that's what it's democracy, and local councils should be allowed to run their area as they see fit. That's me finished.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with those comments, and I think it's a robust report, and rightly so. Any further comments, questions for Douglas on this? In that case, can I move the recommendation that we approve this as our response?
Agreed.
Agreed.
Thank you. That's it. Agreed. Which takes us on. For the remaining items of business, can we agree to exclude the press and public?
Agreed.
Thank you. The next item is actually Mr.